Hello there. It's been a long time since I've actually uploaded a video to this channel. I haven't died, I haven't given up my allotment or anything like that. I have been very busy. Essentially I've been on a train to teach course, so PGCE course, and it's been pretty intense. I have, however, actually been doing quite a lot down the allotment, so a lot has actually changed out here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot this video in 3 different parts. So the first part is going to be a little update, which is what this is about now. The second part is going to be a tour of the allotment, and the third part is going to be a tour of the edible wildlife hedgerow, which you can actually see behind me, part of it behind me, with one of the fences just up there. One of the entrances, sorry, just up there, and the fences there. So I'll explain that a bit later on. It's a new feature of the allotment. So essentially, what I've been doing down here is what it is we all have different time, effort or energy and financial factors when it comes to growing food. So for some people this allotment is quite a big site compared to their allotment. For other people, when I talk about things like the edible food forest, the edible hedgerow, they might be doing something like this on a bigger scale. So everything is relative, but for me, being a young male, as that make it know, I say it, being someone who has other hobbies or interests, maybe doing things, looking to find something special in their life, etc. after work, an allotment is quite a big commitment. So for me, what I did about 2 years ago, I went around this whole site and I basically listed everything on a piece of paper that I was doing on this site. So I was trying to find out how I could make this allotment site, this little patch here, to be something where I could get something from it whilst it not being too much for me. So I wanted to be able to essentially make it easier to manage, as it were. So you actually see what's been happening when I actually did the allotment tour. So I've done a little map as well, a little diagram that I hopefully can pop up now. What you will see on this diagram is you'll see in the middle of the allotment, which has some blue ticks, just fly over to the best bits, in front of the shed over there. So essentially what you see is in the middle beds of the allotment, they're annual beds, and what you see all around the whole site is the edible perennial hedgerow, which is newly been planted. So it's about a couple of years. The oldest part is a couple of years old. A lot of it is still being planted now. But this has been the biggest change because this particular allotment site, there's about 50% of the plots here which are taken. We have a waiting list, but they're not even cultivated, not even touched. And it just happens to be that behind me there's about 6 or 7 allotments which are stacks together, which no one is even cultivating. So you can imagine in the summer those weed seeds, once they grow up, they're going to blow straight into my plot, and this has been one of the biggest pains in trying to keep on top of things. So the edible wildlife hedgerow, which you'll see in more detail in the videos, is one of the solutions. And these fences here, or these little entrances, we're growing things like, you see Robin just behind you there, we're growing things like hops and grapes, quite cute in my eye line just there. They'll be growing along here as well, so that will help to keep out some of those weed seeds that are coming in. But what you also see, along once you get the tour and other bits and bobs, is that it is a work in progress. So the work here at the moment is about 50% complete, so there's still quite a bit to do. There's quite a bit of weeding. So when I do this tour and other bits, I think it's giving a real picture of life as a garden, as it were. Sometimes it's easy to see all the sexy bits, as it were, but there's a lot of things which are not so sexy, like weeding for some people, so they're beauty. So essentially what I've been doing is I haven't actually been filming. I've just got my cameras fixed now, so I'll be starting to film again, but I've been doing this change. So last growing season, I didn't actually grow any annuals, or if I did, I grew them very badly. So I didn't look after them as much because I was doing this work. So this work takes quite a bit of time. And when I explain what be doing with the edible hedgerow. So essentially to get the plants I wanted to get, it means when I take cuttings, I'm trying to root the cuttings. So when I'm pruning my currant, for example, if the material is good, I use it for cutting. I'm also going to do things like dividing the rhubarb and the comfrey, which I'll hopefully shoot some pictures up here. So obviously these things take time. And the area I'm in now is like a little outdoor kitchen community area, potting up area. So it's a bit of an extension of the greenhouse. So it's still a work in progress. But the main exciting bit, the news for me, is that this site, I've been in contact with Mind, and I've always loved helping people, always liked educating and teaching. And part of this channel is not just me showing what I know, it's about learning from you guys as well. So for me, one of the biggest things is education. So this site has its own library, whiteboard with pens and all that type of stuff. But essentially, I've been in contact with the charity, the mental health charity Mind, and I've managed to get, we're going to have a little program where every couple of weeks we get a small group of people that can come down and help cultivate this allotment site, which is going to be really awesome. Because for me, I think the many benefits of growing food is just amazing. It's very therapeutic, it's good just to get away from things. And I think this site is gearing up towards a little community projects like that, so it's not too much. And for me, it's a way of giving something back to the community, doing my own little bit as well. Because one day, like we all may do, I'll be moving on, so I'd like to leave this site to someone to use it. So I think that's the main bits at the moment for this little video. So I'm going to shoot another video on do a little allotment tour, and the one after that we're going to look at the crops in the edible perennial hedgerow. So I'm alive and kicking. Just took a bit of a while to get there. It's good to just come back and just relax a little bit. So it's been a lot of fun. Okay guys, right, let's get on with the